That is.
So the first title is, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing first the title, Throw the Scraps to Buddy. I believe. Yeah, that's the first title.
Yeah.
Which was made up by you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not by Seamus.
Oh, that's me.
And by
That was me.
it was you.
Who
Elaine Moore made up
Who
this.
wants to go first? I can go.
Mine isn't that good, but I'll toss you a coin.
Mine is worse. I can guarantee you.
Really?
Well, I think so. I mean, for one thing, you know, I didn't have time to edit, so.
It's just like the old days.
Yeah, stop making excuses.
Score.
We both spat these out in no time.
Yeah. This song did not exist as of 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
It's a Christmas miracle, people. It really is.
Yeah. So can I go first?
Immaculate musical conception.
Yeah, I'll go. Can I go first? Do you mind?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Be my guest. I want to see this.
Okay. One of the things, so really I used to write a lot of songs, and I need a lot of room for this song. What I realized in writing both these songs was that I had forgotten how much my songs are dependent on a premise. Like Robbie, I listen to Robbie's songs now, and because he writes all the time, and he's a fucking great songwriter. I'm like, it's like I get it. I don't like have to hear anything else about that song to know what it's about. Unlike these songs. So this is
written like a prologue in your song?
Oh yeah, I used to all the time, but who's got time? It's just, anyway, so the premise, this is called Throw the Scraps to Buddy. It's a character profile, and I see if I can write it. Okay, and the premise of this is the narrator of the song, played by me. The narrator is Satan. And you'll see why maybe, because there's like 50 fucking verses on this song, but so I better get to it. What I'm thinking is, because you know, I'll tell you what I was really thinking was, you know that song from the English Music Hall about the guy the barber, Sweeney Todd the Barber? Yeah. And so I was thinking, wow, they made a Broadway show out of that. And so I'm thinking,
The Satan musical.
yeah, right here. Well, it's about Buddy though. It's not about Satan as the narrator. Okay. I think Billy Bob Thornton will play the role on Broadway. Here we go. Relax, because we'll be here a while. Now most men are probably decent. If not decent, then at least benign. But then there's old Bud. Holy fuck, he was a man of a different kind. Yeah, but it was a case altogether, seriously, deserving of nothing but scorn. And to be perfectly fair, he was an asshole squared since the goddamn day he was born. It's not like he's never heard those words before. Morning, Seamus, how the fuck are you? Where's your goddamn sister? They say he once bit his mother while still in utero, and his first words were just throwing shade. And he was chain-smoking cools by the first day of school and dealing blow in the second grade. When he was 9, he stole him a switchblade, and he used it to get him some bling. By the time he was 10, he'd cut the ears off 8 men while he was too drunk to remember a thing. Well, it turns out he had a flair for dissection. Seems his hand was just made for a blade. With near surgical skill, he could prolong a kill till his victims just died from the pain. By 30 he'd killed 8 men, and he took them apart inch by inch. In St. Joe's Cemetery, the pieces were buried in boxes the size of a finch. That's a little bird, sorry. When he died, the whole town breathed a sigh of relief, and they figured it was just as well. And they hoped and they prayed that he'd stay in the grave, but then he showed up down here in hell. And he started hacking up all my demons, and their parts made big piles on the floor. And by the time they were dead, hell's walls had turned red from the blood and the guts and the gore. And I said, God damn it now, buddy, leave my God-blasted demons alone, 'cause I need them on hand for the souls of the damned, because we take them apart on our own. Because when we slice up the souls of the lost ones, we just can't have old buddy around. Oh, sorry, we can't have old buddy involved. So we had him restrained with titanium chains and an armed guard. There you go, problem solved. And you know, well, I may be Satan, but I'm not a monster. Suffering never gives me a thrill. He may be locked up, but he's still my bud. And that's we save him some parts from the kill. So when we carve up the corpses and curse him, and feed the meat to the dogs and the cats, if there's any left over when we fed Fritz and Rover, we let Buddy have some of the scraps. We throw the scraps to Buddy, we give a dog his bone. We throw the scraps to Buddy, so we don't carve up none of his own. Now most nights I rest pretty easy, lulled to sleep by the screams of the screwed. But I shudder when I think of what would transpire if Buddy ever got loose. So the last thing I do before bedtime, just before I turn out my light, I check Buddy's restraints and I pull on the chains to make sure they're still good and tight. Yeah, we throw the scraps to Buddy, give a dog a bone. We throw the scraps to Buddy, so we don't carve none of his own. Yeah, we throw the scraps to Buddy, so we don't carve none of his own.
Sneaky bastard, because come on, that was a great song, and when the premise kicked in like the 15th minute, that was riding along with it. My song is like
Eric actually went out for a shave in the middle of that one.
Yeah, that is very sneaky.
And you know, my favorite part of that was after all those verses, I repeated the last line. Just to
That's the refrain.
Just a little bit longer.
That was a great song. It reminds me of some of your classics, like some of the best titles that we got over the years. I remember you had a great song, Birdie Num Num. Remember that one?
Yes, I do.
When that title came in, I thought we got to write Birdie Num Num. It's a line from the great Peter Sellers movie, The Party, in case you don't know that one. And we both wrote very different Birdie. Yours was the better, and that went like
Birdie Num Num, Birdie Num Num, all through the day and all through the night. Birdie Num Num, Birdie Num Num, makes my tum-tum feel alright. What was really my favorite thing about that song was in the late '90s. I was the music director for this Irish dance company. We went to this big festival in this town in Belgium, and there was a big parade. There was an actual parade. There were dance companies from 10 different companies, and they were all lined up, and we were parading through this town. And like us, there was some troop from Kenya and from the Ukraine and Argentina. They were all in their traditional costume, and they would stop in front of the town hall and they would do their dance. And so when we got there, it was me and a couple other band members and 25 15-year-old girls in banana curls, and they didn't want to dance, so they all sang Birdie Num Num as their offering to international culture. This is America's best right here.
You only have to hear it once, really.
You really do.
It really does.
Let's not forget puzzles.
So my tune is also called "Throw the Scraps to Buddy," and it's not nearly as
Long.
creative or as long as that song. And so when the bridge hits, I aimed a little high on the harmonic sophistication meter on this. So when the bridge hits, I'm kind of lost. This is one of those when you discover some B-side by Nat King Cole that you never heard of, and you think, oh, that's a good title, this would be great, and then it plays along, you realize it's not really that good. This is like that. So. When you're pigging out bacon and eggs and feel a panning at your pant legs, don't be churlish before he begs. Throw the scrap to Buddy. He's been looking kind of ragged and low, so he'll welcome anything that you throw. Trash is never where the shavings go. Just throw the scraps to Buddy. What a friend, so humble and grateful. Even when there's less than a plateful. So calm your conscience, quiet your qualms. It's like giving the poor folk alms. Leave a lick skunk spray off of your palm. So throw the scraps to Buddy. Take it, Jim. Uh-oh. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Jim DeWan, everybody. How do you pay
Don't
back?
patronize me.
How do you pay back? How do you treat a creature so steadfast and sweet? Stuff his mouth with spoiled meat. Give the scraps to Buddy. Chunks of bone, ribbons of fat. Streets take out too foul to look at. Labeled chicken, probably cat. Give it all to Buddy. Right in the fridge is a whole lot sweller. When you got a pal who'll eat salmonella. Boiled tongue, anchovy paste, rotted apples, hazardous waste. If it's tender, he'll take a taste. So, like Barney Miller's Jack Sue, he's insensate as a statue. So it's best all around, perhaps, to give all the scraps to Buddy. What a wonderful dog. Title that
I was going to say, well, speaking of the first title, looking back all these years later, it's at the time Rob and I were both playing a lot individually together, and I was playing a lot with Robbie, and I looking back now, the very first title that we ever got,
yes.
I should have realized that because it's so clear to me now how far outclassed I am. And the first title we got was one called Destiny.
Very unpromising title, but this illustrates the idea that the less promising titles sometimes make
right.
the best.
And what I had no clue, because I just wrote some stupid song about a horse called Destiny, because it's the typical Western theme. Robbie wrote a jingle.
An oatmeal jingle.
For Destiny brand oatmeal.
Yes. It was something like this.